Johnny Boy Boxing with the legendary Bob Arum. How you feeling, Bob?
Good.
We're in New York City, Madison Square Garden. You see Xander Zayas, Michaela Myers, Sandy. What do you think about that fight? Who do you think is going to win, Michaela versus Sandy?
Well, I'm rooting for Michaela. She's been with us since she turned pro. But it's hard for me to judge women's boxing, I'll be honest. Men's boxing, I've been around enough that I can sort of tell who's probably going to win. With the women, it's difficult. I don't know.
What would be the keys to victory for Michaela to beat Sandy? Yes, she has to be aggressive?
And she has to move. If she moves, she'll beat her. If she stands in there and is just aggressive, then it can go either way.
I know you're hot on the Puerto Rican fighters, Xander Zayas, Sosa. What do you see happening in that matchup, and what's next for Xander after that?
Well, we've had him since he was a kid, real kid.
16, right?
Yeah, well, but he couldn't fight that. But from the time he was 17, so there were certain states that we could fight him, and not New York, other states. And we developed him slowly because he was so young. And now he's ready to go into contention. So, again, we got great matchmakers, and, we're going to really start to move him next year.
Okay, so if he's successful tonight against Sosa, would you want him to get into a contender with like Spence or Tim Tszyu? Because I heard he's going to be at the Tim Tszyu fight, checking him out. Or would you want him to get right into a Terrence Crawford super fight for a championship?
I really don't think he's experienced enough to fight Crawford. Yeah. But, might be ready sometime during next year for a guy like Tim Tszyu.
Next year, 2025, that would be an excellent matchup. And if you were successful against Tim Tszyu, then it would be sky's the limit.
Then he can fight him.
That sounds good. And then just one final question. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what do you think of that fight? You're Brooklyn, I'm Brooklyn. Mike, at 58 years old, can he beat Jake Paul 30 years younger his age?
The answer is no. 58-year-old guys, no matter how good they were, no matter how athletic they were, are not going to be able to fight. You can't throw punches like you're supposed to. You can't do a lot of things. I hope Mike doesn't get hurt, but I really give him relatively no chance.
He has the power. If he can do it early, not even the power can help him?
No, because he doesn't have, you lose that muscle memory.
And one question, last question. Who's your favorite fighter of all time? I remember seeing an interview with you saying that nobody's going to beat this kid, talking about Thomas Hearns. Who is the absolute favorite fighter? Ali? I know you had Ali. What do you think?
Well, other than Ali, he was in his own category. I think Marvin Hagler.
Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, I love that.
Love it. Okay, well, Bob Arum, Johnny Boy Boxing. We get gloves signed for the kids, so we just asked if you could sign this glove for us, Bob. Bob Arum, the legend.
Hey, Johnny Boy Boxing, it's nice to be on the program.
That's it, you're the best, the greatest promoter ever in the history of boxing.